So, what's going on guys, KaidGames here, welcome back to a brand new video. And today I will show you how I made 20,000 cash in just under 2 minutes. In this tutorial I'll specifically tell you which are the best 3 locations to land and all the best routes to take. Whenever you just take a look at the gameplay itself, you can see I have even more than just 20,000, and all of that was achieved just in a single location as a solo player. And on top of all of that, if you're not by yourself like I was but have 1 or 2 more players, you will be able to make even more money a lot faster. So sit back, relax, and let's just right into it. Then take a look at the first things first. My most favorite place to land is a location called the Superstore. Most of the time, as well depending on the circle, there will be landing 1 or 2 teams, but this building itself is just huge, so even if there are 1 or 2 players, you can easily take them by yourself or try to avoid them, land in the next closest area, which is called the storage town, get some starting gear for about 30 seconds and then go to the Superstore. So you're maybe asking why I chose this location. The building is huge and most of the time if you'll see any enemies, they will be split so you can take them easily one by one. And on top of all of that, whenever you just take a look at the gameplay itself, every 5 to 6 steps that you take, you can see a bunch of loot on the ground. And obviously wherever you see loot, there'll be cash as well. So let's start the timer. On the left side you can see when the next zone is moving, and to not waste any of your time we'll just speed it up, and whenever I get 20,000 I'll be just right back. Okay, so now we are back and it took about 3 minutes and about 15 seconds or something like that. And we have over 20,000 cash. The main points why this time it was a lot slower because I ran into 2 players, which I had to eliminate. And on top of all of that, this time I was already in the middle of the game. So at the start, the first 2 teams who came into the store and fought against each other looted some stuff up, so I had to check even more spots than usual. But obviously, like I said at the start, this guide works if you land at the start or even at the middle of the game. If I won't be by myself but would obviously have a 3-man squad, like any team in Warzone should, you can easily have 20,000 between 3 of you guys in just under 1 minute. But obviously maybe if some of you are solo players like I am, then my average time is usually about 2 minutes and 15 seconds. What I like about this location even more is that there is a shop really close to you, so then you can easily buy any drones, self-revives or anything you want. Specifically for this video, I tried different 5 runs and I found the best route to get as fast money as possible. So it's actually really simple. If you land at the start of the game, you have to land on top of the building, loot up as much as you can, and I usually found out about 2 chests. Then whenever your whole team has a little bit of guns, go to the first floor, and the building itself is a square, so you go counterclockwise. If you see another team, then obviously you fight, but if you don't have any good guns or whatsoever, each of you can just wait on the second floor, which is basically like above boxes, which is a good camping spot even as a solo player to take 3-man squad. So you can even do this faster and make the other players get all the cash. Whenever they will go into the middle for 2 chests, you can easily gank up on them, kill them, and get all the cash, all the weapons that you want, even without doing anything. The same thing works for a solo player. You just wait for the other team to go into the middle. They'll be not expecting that, so you can easily get 1 to 2 kills, and then the last guy is a 1v1. But on the other hand, if you don't see any players, again, first things first, you get all the loot and all the chests around all 4 corners, and then you go into the middle. That will basically make that you don't go around the whole store 2 or 3 times at the same spot, but you just basically make 1 huge circle and then do a bit smaller circle into the middle, covering the whole entire store and getting as much as you can. So with that said, this is my first method, which I found the most useful and the best. But for example, if you don't want to fight or the zone is really strange or whatever reason you have, I have 2 more locations. Here it is. So the second one is Pro Made West or Pro Made East. Depending on how many players you see, you can just either way go to the west or to the east. The main advantages about this location specifically is that you'll get a bunch of manhunts and just contracts in general. Whenever you just take a look at the gameplay itself, again, I did my research, I landed here about 4 to 5 times, and just in about 2-3 minutes, me and my team found about 3 to 4 bounties, 2 to 3 recons, and about 2 scavengers. So in short, if you don't know what are contracts, they're basically like a mini missions which you can do and you'll be awarded straight cash. So for example, a recon mission is that you find a contract which will be in just a random building. you equip it, and by that it will start. And then 20 or 30 meters from you, there'll be a yellow location marked on your map. You'll just have to go there, sit in that area for about 20 to 30 seconds, and each view will get about 2 to 3,000 cash per player. Scavenger missions are basically the same thing. You just have to, for example, go to 3 different locations and then you'll get your reward. Or last but not the least is the bounty. If you get one of them, which are a bit more rare, there'll be again a yellow marked on your minimap. So you'll just have to go there, eliminate as player, which you will see on the top right corner, and get the reward. So probably you're asking why I chose specifically Pro Made West or Pro Made East. In my opinion, these are the easiest locations to land, especially as a new player. There are many more buildings and natural cover. So my best route and my best bet is all the 3 players to go as a team in a single building, and you can split it to 3 halves. One guy goes into the left one, the second guy goes into the middle, and the third guy goes into the right side. Each view just progress and go up the stairs, up, get some weapons, get some cash, and then all of you meet on top of the roof. After you have done that, from the roof you'll be able to see the whole entire city, so you'll be able to spot any enemies or just check your minimap and glide to your mission. Complete bunch of quests, get as much money as you can, and then go to the shop. So yeah, the best 2 things are that you can just go on top of the roofs and see other enemies. Again, there's a lot of loot, and if you see another team and they're a lot stronger than you can just easily camp in one of the buildings and you would not be exposed, like for example in a farmland where there's just a huge open space. So yeah, with that said, now we'll look into the third location, which is the hospital. Like you can see, all these 3 locations have similar things: Superstore, Pro Made East or Pro Made West, and hospital. Each of them have huge buildings, and that's the most important thing. Where are buildings, there is cash. Where you can find cash, you'll be able to get weapons, see a bunch of missions, and most importantly, there will be a store close by. So the hospital is in the 3rd place because it's really huge, even bigger than the superstore, and it has about 3 to 4 floors. So yeah, first things first, if you land at the start, you have to go on top of the building and start with the floor 4, then 3, 2, and progress to 1. Why I don't like this one specifically is because there isn't that much loot. You can get easily lost because there are a bunch of buildings and it isn't a huge one big open space like the superstore, and other enemies can easily camp or just wait for you at any corner. And last thing but not the least, the location is really close to one of the sweatiest locations where all the good players and aggressive players land, which are the downtown and the stadium. There are 2 huge big cities where about 50% of all players land. But I guess if you're more aggressive, you want to get a lot more kills a lot faster, and you were just looking for a way to get really fast cash so you could get all the drop kits, get the best loadouts, all the UAVs and self revives, then I guess this is the best location for you. You get all of that stuff and then you go into the downtown or stadium and clean the whole city up. And with that said, that's it. If by any chance you enjoyed this guide or tutorial, don't forget to leave a like and click subscribe to keep up to date with every video which I make every single day. And while you're doing that, enable that notification bell so you would get notified when a new video is up and running. If any further questions or maybe some features which I missed, maybe other locations which in your opinion are better, or maybe different tutorials that you would like me to make, leave all of those things in the comment section down below and I'll read every single comment, reply to them, and maybe you'll be able to see your new idea in my next video. As well guys, as a quick side note, there has been a lot of questions on every one of my single videos that probably your game is lagging, especially after the new patch in Call of Duty Warzone. So if you're interested in how I can check if my game is running smoothly, or how can you fix lag or determine what is the cause of it, just about a day ago I made 2 videos which will help you to fix any lag, and you will be able to use the best settings for the best performance and gameplay Call of Duty Warzone. So if you're interested into the best settings and how to fix any lag, low FPS or stutter, check those videos out. Link is in the description, or just check my channel out. With that said, appreciate it for watching. Hope you enjoyed. My name is Kaid. You have an amazing day and I'll see you in the next video. Take it easy. Peace.
All supply boxes found. I see movement. I'm shot. Gas is moving in. 9 enemies are still active. Hunt them down.
Yo, I ain't here for